Big E, welcome to Big E's YouTube channel. Well, we're back again getting ready for race season. So today I'm going to show you what we got going on. We're working on this seat, and we have to update our belts because our belts expired. So I already got the bolts down here loose to hold this in. So I have to take this out. I don't know if it's because I'm getting old where I start to shrink. But I'm having a hard time reaching the pedals, so the seat's too far. Wait. Bleh. The seat is back way too far. Blah, 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 blah. So what I want to do is I want to move the seat front to where it was when I had the other seats in. And that should help with my just being more ergonomically where I need to be in relationship in the cockpit. And while we're at it, we're going to put the new harness in. As you can see here, we got the RaceQuip harness, which is it's a wraparound. So I'm going to go ahead, we're going to take the seat out, and we're going to go ahead and move the tracks because I don't want to move. I'm trying to think what would be good. I don't want to move where it's bolted to the floor, because an inch difference or an inch and a half, that's going to create a weak spot in your floor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the bottom piece, because there's two pieces. There's a bottom piece that bolts to the floorboard, and then there's another piece that slides on the outside which bolts to the bottom of the seat. I'm going to go ahead and move the piece that bolts to the bottom of the seat so I don't want to weaken the floor pan. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to unbolt this rest here, and then we'll have the seat out and I'll show you what I'm doing. Alright, Biggie, I'm back. So here's the backrest that's off of the back of the seat. So we're going to try and figure out how far front we need to move the seat. So this right here, you see this hole, I drilled that when I put these seats in. And so that's where it's at. This hole here is the one that the fabricator, when I had the other seats in. And we're going to see what the difference is here, because obviously I need to put it somewhere in this region to move the seat front. So based on the measurement we get between here and this, we need to drill another hole, obviously, because of the way the seat is. I had to change the backrest where it bolts up, because on the other seats the bar was mounted this way and the bolt went through like this. But now with the seats I only have enough to do that, so I have to, you see what I'm saying, I have to turn it 90 degrees. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to measure from about center. I'm going to start using 1 inch. So we're looking at 1.5 inches, and that's what I was figuring about, 1.5 inches, 2 inches. What I might do is I might go ahead and do 2 inches back. So that'll put my center line about where my thumb is. But I'm going to go ahead and center punch it then, and we're going to drill a new hole on that. And we'll see how that all transpires. But I'm thinking if I go 2 inches, then I'll move the rails on the seat 2 inches, and that should put me about where I'm more comfortable in the seat. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. Alright guys, so here we go. We measured to 2 inches back. So I went ahead, I don't know, you can't probably see it, but I went ahead and we're going to center punch where the hole should be. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to drill. This isn't the right size, but we're going to drill a pilot first. Then we're going to come back and we're going to drill it with the size that we need. That's some good stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish drilling that. When we come back, I'll have the hole drilled to the correct size. Alright, Biggie, so we got the hole drilled here on the back piece here. So we have our 2-inch difference here where this is. So now our next problem is going to be here. We have to move the slide. Actually, we have to move it back 2 inches from here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a mark here because I don't have enough meat here that I can move the 2 inches. So I actually have to move the whole slide, and I'm going to have to drill new holes actually in the seat rail here. Is where I have to basically redo everything to move it back to 2 inches that I need to get everything to line up. So I'm going to go ahead and work on that, and we'll be right back. Alright, it's Big E. We're still at it here. Hour, whatever. So now, while we have this apart, our belts are expired. So we're going to replace the belts here with the race crib ones. So that'll be what we do next. And we got the seat, which is right here. We had the I welded the things on it because there was just too many issues. It was just better for me to weld it. So that's where we're at with that. We're waiting for that to cool off, and then we're going to install that. All right, guys, it's Big E. Okay, so now we're going to put the belts on the new Race Quip belts on the car. So I'm going to hand the camera over to my daughter Sadie. I'm going to show you guys what you got in here. Make sure you can look through here. You got Sadie. You have to look through here. Okay, now, so I won't be able to work if you have it there. You have to somehow there. Okay, so as you can see, it's wrapped around here. So you have to be able to see it, Sadie, okay? Come on. So, what you're going to do, you're going to give yourself some excess there. And we're going to wrap it around this bar here, okay? Now, once you do that, it has to go back up through. So make sure you give yourself plenty of slack. I don't know if you guys can see that with the lighting. I'm trying to pull it. See, you can see the end is through here. So you're inside the loop. Okay, so now you have to go back down through. So it's like a double layer. And then you're going to come out the bottom here. Okay, so now that's how they want it secured. So now what you want to do, you have to, around here, no, right up here. You want to check your length. Look where I'm pointing.